Hi guys, John here again. Did you ever notice the narcissist is a very immature person? In actuality, the narcissist is no more than about 7 years old, between 5 and 7 years old roughly, maturity wise. They never get to develop a parent, an adult ego state. So their emotional and mental development is actually stunted. They remain little children. But the thing is, why they can't get by in an adult world is they pretend they're adults. Being a little child, you think of little kids, little 5 or 6 year old kids playing house. You see the little girl playing house with their dolls in her dollhouse. She's pretending to be an adult. She will sound just like the adult. She mimics her mother. She mimics other adults. And if you didn't see her, you could actually believe that she was an adult. The same as the boy. She'll play. He will play. Say a truck driver boy, and he will pretend that he's driving a truck. Say her dad, or his dad rather, is a truck driver. He will pretend he's a truck driver. He will mimic what he hears, uh, different sayings an adult man will say as a truck driver. But the thing is, these children grow up and they become adult. They become older people. They put on all the likes of say 40, 50, 60 years old, however old they may be, but they still are still children playing adult. You see, say a 5-year-old. They don't get their own way. Uh, they'll take a temper tantrum. Oh, they'll stomp their feet and they'll run. They'll run in their room. They'll close the door, slam it, and you see the adult narcissist doing the identical thing. The adult narcissist is still that little kid. They haven't developed an adult ego state. It's normal for a person to develop an adult ego state and also a parent ego state. We start out as children and we remain children, like all of us. It doesn't matter how old we are, if we're 90 or 100 years old. We're all still dominantly children. That child doesn't go away. That little child that used to play games or play adult, it's still there. Every time we laugh, every time we smile at something funny, that's our child acting out. But that's appropriate. There's nothing wrong with that. If we can constantly stay on an adult level, like speaking to an adult about adult things, that is normal, that is mature. But the narcissist, you have to remember, you won't notice this at first usually, but they are pretending to be highly intelligent. They're pretending to be adults. They're pretending to know more than you do. Where do they get all this? They get it from listening to adults. A lot of them will get most of their information from watching television. They see the way people will act on television, and they will pretend, just like the actor is pretending to be someone they are not. The narcissist will act out the very same way, and in reality, they were just little babies yet, the little kids And because a little kid is selfish. They haven't learned yet to share. They haven't learned to care about others. They haven't learned love. They haven't learned how to keep themselves on a uneven level with other adults in an appropriate way. All they know is what the little kid knows. The little kid is selfish. This is mine. You're not getting it. I am special. Now, they actually think that we, who are normal people, who aren't narcissistic, they actually believe that we're actually dumb, stupid things. They don't even consider us to be people. They're objects. We are objects for them to use, as far as they are concerned, as far as they can understand. And you have to remember, these are little kids. They can't develop, they won't. You can't force, say in reality, there is, say, a 5 or 6 year old child. You can't force that 5 or 6 year old child to be a 40-year-old adult. They have to go through that at their own pace, at their own will. And like a narcissist who is older, they will never change from being that little child. If you look at them as being between 5 and 7 years old, you pretty well got it, the understanding what the narcissist actually is. And when you encounter an adult person taking a temper tantrum, it's like the drunk. The drunk will be acting like a child. Because what they're doing with the alcohol, the drugs, say, the alcohol, they are suppressing the maturity they have developed. Like you develop an adult, mature person, the same as you develop a mature parent person. But in reality, we are at our core, we're children. We age physically, but the dominant part of us is the child. That's the curious part, the mysterious part, the part of us that will want to learn new things. You parent an adult part that we learn, that we develop. Once we get there, we're there. Like being a serious adult all the time, and there are people like that who are serious, constantly serious, and they have no sense of humor whatsoever. They're stuck there. They can't move. You have to be able to swing down in that child state, which is a part of us. You have to be able to laugh once in a while. So that's just normal, swinging down to the childhood state. But being normal, will swing back to the adult in that situation. Or if it's a situation of being a parent and parenting a child, we have to swing into the parent state. You look at officials. For example, a police officer may at home be a guy with a sense of humor, or be funny all the time. But when they're doing their job, dealing with a person in public, they speak to that person like they're the parent of the person. Say pulling somebody over for impaired driving. The police officer appropriately acts like a parent, disciplines the impaired driver, treats them like they are kids. This is appropriate behavior. But to stay like this, that is not appropriate. There are people like that, and they're very unliked by most people. But you have to have the full range from child to parent to adult and be able to swing around in all of them. And getting back to the narcissists, they try not to be who they are. Who they are is a little child pretending that you're grown-up adults, pretending that you're parents, telling other people what to do and how to do it. When in reality, they're little kids, they don't know how to do anything for themselves. They're just acting. It's just an act that they're doing. And so you have to keep in mind that when you're aware of a narcissist and they seem to be acting mature, they seem to know everything about a particular thing. Remember, they're little kids. They're just play acting. So anyways, guys, that's all I had to say today. And I thank you for listening. Like and share and subscribe if you haven't. And I'll speak to you in the next video. Thanks, guys. Bye for now.